Hello, everyone. Welcome to your 5-minute dose of Black history. My name is Tamara Shiloh, and I will be your host. Our show is about notable Black folks and Black historical events from the past and present. And I'll be sharing the titles of a few books I think you might like from the shelves of the Multicultural Bookstore in Richmond, California, for kids, teens, and adults. So, without further ado, let's get this party started. Dr. Gladys West was responsible for the mathematics that brought about the invention of the Global Positioning System, GPS. Her important work at the U.S. Naval Weapons Laboratory helped with the outer space discoveries related to planets in the solar system as well as Earth. She programmed the mathematics and calculations for the complex computer that eventually became known again as GPS. In an interview, she shared, she had no idea at the time that her recordings of satellite locations and accompanying mathematical calculations would become today's GPS system and affect so many areas of life. She said, when you're working every day, you're not thinking, what impact is this going to have on the world? You're thinking, I've got to get this right. And thank goodness she did. She began her career at the Dahlgren, Virginia Naval Support Facility in 1956 as the second Black woman hired at the base and one of only 4 Black employees at the time. And as luck would have it, she began dating one of her fellow Black mathematicians, Ira West, and they married in 1957. Her work at Dahlgren focused on collecting information from orbiting machines that would help to determine their exact location as they transmitted from around the world. Data was then fed into what became known as supercomputers that were sometimes large enough to fill up entire rooms. She worked on computer software to ensure that calculations for surface elevations and geoid heights were accurate. Gladys took pride in knowing that the data that she was entering was correct, and she would work tirelessly to make sure her work was always accurate. She retired in 1998 after a 40-year career, and she and her husband decided they would spend the next era of their life traveling. Afterwards, Mrs. West returned to education, working towards a PhD, which she received in 2018. So how did we learn about Dr. West? Well, it was when a member of her university sorority, Alpha Kappa Alpha, read a short biography Dr. West submitted for an alumni function that her achievements were brought into the spotlight. Since then, she has been all over the place in articles in the press. Students have done class reports on her, and she has been officially recognized by the Virginia Senate. Now imagine that. Thank you for joining us today. This episode of Your 5-Minute Dose of Black History was sponsored by Don Griffin of the Dark Network. You can catch his show on YouTube. And again, don't forget to visit the multiculturalbookstore.com to order your books today. And remember, Black history is American history and should be taught all year. See you next time.